Interviews, man. Get over here. Yeah, mate. Try to drag yourself so you can, yeah. But listen.
The anticipation surrounding a potential boxing match between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has sparked intense debate within the boxing community, with former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson offering his insights on the matchup. Tyson, a vocal supporter of Crawford, has shared a complex perspective, initially expressing skepticism about the fight due to the significant weight difference, but later acknowledging Crawford's potential to overcome the odds. The discussion has been fueled by Crawford's ambition to move up 3 weight classes to challenge Canelo, the reigning super middleweight champion, in what could be one of the most significant bouts in recent boxing history. Crawford, a Nebraska native and one of the most accomplished fighters in the sport, has already cemented his legacy as an undisputed champion in 2 weight divisions. His desire to face Canelo, a seasoned 168-pound fighter with a storied career across multiple weight classes, represents a bold attempt to make history. The boxing world is abuzz with opinions on whether Crawford's elite skills, high ring IQ, and versatility can bridge the gap against a naturally larger opponent like Canelo, who is known for his devastating punching power and durability. Mike Tyson's involvement in Crawford's preparation has added another layer of intrigue to the buildup. Tyson, a boxing legend whose own career was defined by defying expectations, visited Crawford at his training camp to offer guidance and support. During this visit, Tyson shared advice on enhancing Crawford's punching power, emphasizing the importance of letting his hands go and tapping into a killer instinct. Tyson's mentorship extended beyond mere technical advice. He allowed Crawford to train at his gym in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, providing a space for the welterweight star to stay focused ahead of a press conference with Canelo. This gesture underscored Tyson's belief in Crawford's potential, even as he initially voiced concerns about the weight disparity. Tyson's reservations about the matchup stem from the significant size difference between the two fighters. Crawford, who has competed primarily at welterweight and recently moved up to 154 pounds, would need to jump to 168 pounds to face Canelo. Tyson pointed out that such a leap is rare in boxing history, noting that even legendary fighters like Roy Jones Jr. did not make such a drastic jump in one go. He referenced Crawford's recent fight against Israil Madrimov in August 2024, where Crawford, then a welterweight champion, moved up to 154 pounds and won a competitive decision. While Crawford's performance was impressive, Tyson highlighted that the fight was close, suggesting that moving up 2 more weight classes could pose an even greater challenge. Despite his initial hesitation, Tyson's perspective evolved as he considered historical examples of smaller fighters overcoming larger opponents. He cited Henry Armstrong, a featherweight who defeated welterweight and middleweight champions, as evidence that determination can outweigh size disadvantages. Tyson's shift in stance reflects his growing confidence in Crawford's ability to adapt and compete against Canelo. He emphasized that Crawford's versatility, particularly his ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw stances, makes him a unique threat. This adaptability, combined with Crawford's lightning-fast hand speed and footwork, could allow him to outmaneuver Canelo and exploit any defensive lapses. Tyson's analysis of Canelo's strengths and weaknesses further illuminates the dynamics of the potential matchup. He described Canelo as an exceptionally skilled fighter with powerful punches, excellent counterpunching abilities, and sharp head and body movement. Canelo's training regimen, which includes long-distance running, boxing-specific drills, and carefully selected sparring partners, has enabled him to adapt to various fighting styles and maintain his dominance across weight classes. However, Tyson also pointed out vulnerabilities in Canelo's game, particularly his stamina and defensive inconsistencies. In fights that go the distance, such as his loss to Dmitry Bivol, Canelo has shown signs of fatigue, which can reduce the precision and power of his punches. Additionally, his straightforward, aggressive style can struggle against opponents with superior footwork and movement, as seen in bouts against Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant. Crawford's preparation for the fight has been meticulous, with a focus on enhancing his punching power to inflict maximum damage on Canelo. Tyson's advice during their training sessions in Riyadh centered on ensuring that every punch counts, a critical factor given the size difference. Crawford's time in Saudi Arabia, where he trained at Tyson's gym and participated in a press conference, was marked by a warm reception from fans and ceremonial gestures, including being presented with golden mementos resembling a sword and gun. These moments highlighted the global interest in the fight, with Crawford maintaining his focus on training despite the distractions. The boxing community's opinions on the matchup are divided, with some believing Crawford's elite skills and ring IQ give him a legitimate chance to upset Canelo. Others, including Tyson at times, caution that the weight difference could be a decisive factor. Canelo's flat-footed style and occasional struggles against mobile fighters with strong jabs could play into Crawford's hands, particularly if Crawford can avoid Canelo's devastating uppercuts and body shots. However, the physical toll of absorbing punches from a naturally larger opponent remains a significant concern. Tyson's evolving perspective was evident during a recent event in New York, where he joined lightweight Keyshawn Davis in celebrating the undefeated records of Crawford, Shocker Stevenson, and himself. Davis's enthusiastic claim that nobody can beat us resonated with Tyson, who appeared to embrace the idea that Crawford could defy the odds. Tyson's support for Crawford is rooted in his admiration for the fighter's versatility and mental toughness, qualities that have defined Crawford's career. He highlighted Crawford's performance against Errol Spence Jr., where he showcased his ability to dominate top-tier opposition as evidence of his elite-level talent. Other voices in the boxing world have also weighed in on the matchup. Former Canelo opponent Edgar Berlanga, who faced Canelo in 2024 and was dominated, expressed confidence in Crawford's ability to compete. Berlanga acknowledged the weight difference as a potential obstacle but praised Crawford's ring IQ and courage for taking on such a challenge. Similarly, former heavyweight champion Shannon Briggs predicted a Crawford victory, citing his polished boxing skills and ability to outmaneuver Canelo in the later rounds. Briggs's bold prediction of a stoppage win for Crawford reflects the belief among some that Crawford's technical prowess could neutralize Canelo's power. The build-up to the fight has been amplified by social media, with footage of Crawford's training at Tyson's gym in Riyadh gaining significant traction. Shared by Turkey Al Sheikh and Ring magazine, the clips showcase Crawford's intense preparation, including shadowboxing, heavy bag work, and core exercises. The footage captured Crawford's focus and determination, qualities that have endeared him to fans and analysts alike. The press conference in Riyadh, scheduled ahead of the fight set for September 13, 2025, in Las Vegas, further heightened the anticipation, with both fighters engaging in promotional activities to drum up excitement. Canelo's recent victory over William Skull has only added to his aura as a formidable champion, but Crawford's supporters argue that his lack of activity in 2025 could work in their favor. Crawford's disciplined approach to training, coupled with Tyson's mentorship, suggests he is leaving nothing to chance. The fight's historical significance cannot be overstated, as a Crawford victory would mark one of the most remarkable achievements in modern boxing, given the weight disparity and Canelo's established dominance. Tyson's analysis of the fight draws parallels to past high-profile matchups, such as Canelo's loss to Bivol, which he sees as more indicative of the Crawford fight than Canelo's earlier defeat to Floyd Mayweather. While Mayweather's defensive mastery overwhelmed a younger Canelo, Bivol's use of movement and reach exposed vulnerabilities that Crawford could exploit. Tyson's endorsement of Crawford, despite his initial concerns, reflects a belief that the fight is closer to a pick-em than many might assume. He acknowledges Canelo's strengths but sees Crawford's unique skill set as a potential game-changer. The narrative surrounding the fight is not just about technical skills, but also about legacy and ambition. Crawford's decision to call out Canelo is driven by a desire to test himself against the best, a sentiment Tyson respects. Crawford himself has downplayed the notion of chasing Canelo, framing the fight as an opportunity to compete against a fellow pound-for-pound great. This mindset resonates with Tyson's own career philosophy, where taking on seemingly insurmountable challenges defined his path to greatness. As the fight approaches, the boxing world remains divided on the outcome. Some see Crawford's move up in weight as a risky gamble that could expose him to Canelo's power, while others believe his speed, adaptability, and ring IQ will make it a competitive bout. Tyson's evolving stance encapsulates this uncertainty, as he balances his admiration for Crawford with a realistic assessment of the challenges posed by Canelo's size and experience. Regardless of the outcome, the fight promises to be a defining moment in boxing, with Crawford aiming to etch his name alongside the sport's all-time greats.